This quick slideshow, I'd like to show you how to make carnitas out of a javelina. First and most important thing is, of course, to find a javelina. And that seems to be the toughest part. For certain of us, it's actually shooting a javelina that's hard. I miss every single time. Thank heavens I've got good friends that are good shots. But where I got the carnitas from were all off of the hindquarters. The hindquarters were all undisturbed, they weren't shot. So I was able to get all of the meat off of the hindquarters. And I just cut them into 1-inch squares, or thereabouts, just, bite-sized chunks. And of course, carnitas are, they're a traditional Mexican meat dish, and typically made with pork shoulder, but on occasion made with beef chuck. So they're slow cooked either by simmering in lard or in spiced broth. For us modern folks, we just used a chicken bouillon, and the meat literally should fall apart when it's tender. I left it more kind of chunky. It's really flavorful, and their carnitas can be used, typically as a filling for tacos, tamales, or burritos, or served with tortillas and condiments such as salsa, guacamole, and lime wedges. The method that we use really did produce good results. Most of the home chefs prefer the broth method, which is the chicken bouillon. It's a little more convenient and a whole lot less greasy. Anyway, here are the instructions. These are the things that you will need. You'll need 2 cloves of garlic, chopped. In my case, I just used 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1 yellow onion, chopped. 1 can of a 14.5 ounce can of diced tomatoes. 1 4-ounce can of chopped green chilies, drained. I didn't drain mine. 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 chicken bouillon cube, or 1 pound of chicken bouillon, or 1 teaspoon, of chicken bouillon granules. I use the cube. 1/4 teaspoon of dried oregano crushed, 1 cup of water, 2 pounds of boneless javelina, and it well trimmed, 1 bay leaf, and salt to the taste. I don't care much for too much salt, so I didn't use too much salt. The way we prepare it is in a medium-sized mixing bowl. I just combine the garlic, the onions, the tomatoes, the chilies, the chili powder, cumin, pepper, bouillon, the oregano, and the water, and I stirred them, and just combined all that flavorful stuff. And then I put the javelina in a large saucepan. Then I poured that tomato mixture all over the javelina, and I turned the javelina so that all the surfaces were coated. I added the bay leaf to the pot, and I basically brought the mixture to a boil over the high heat. I covered the pot, I lowered the heat, and I let it simmer for 2 hours and 15 minutes. We're up here in Idaho, we're at about 5,000 feet above sea level. I went a little longer than the 2 hours. It was good. When the meat's done, remove it from the mixture there. You can I put it on a pan, just the meat, as much of the meat as I could, and I put it on a big baking pan. I stuck it back in the oven for 15 more minutes at 400, and until the edges were all crispy and brown on the meat. And then I served the carnitas over warm tortillas and condiments. I actually didn't even use any other condiments. It is absolutely delicious. Give it a try. Javelina carnitas are absolutely delicious. I'm just gonna go Javelina Carnitas. Sabroso. Delicioso. Yum. Oh, delicious. Do it this way. Definitely the way to eat your javelina.